Hi, I'm Jean Ann Duckworth with today's word, and today's word is harvest. It's September, we're going into autumn, and even though I live in Anaheim and there aren't a whole lot of farms around here, and I grew up in St. Louis, there weren't a whole lot of farms right around there. I do know some about farming. Mr. D, my wonderful husband, Terry Duckworth, grew up in Kankakee, Illinois, 90 miles south of Chicago, and there's a lot of farms there. His one cousin married into an agricultural family. When we lived in southern Illinois, there was a lot of agriculture around there. And here in California, well, there's a lot of agriculture here. I know this is a time of year in the Midwest when farmers start getting ready to harvest their crops. And that one of the things that they count on to be able to get the work done is having enough workers to do the job. If they can't get enough workers, then they run the risk of the crops sitting in the fields too long and not being any good to anyone. So, a good harvest depends on having plenty of workers. And this was something Jesus understood too. He made a lot of references, told a lot of stories that had agricultural references because there were a lot of people who grew things, who were farmers, and they understood what he was talking about. So let me share this with you. This is Matthew 9. I'm starting at verse 35. Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and proclaiming the good news of the kingdom and curing every disease and every sickness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into the harvest." There was a lot of work to be done in Jesus' day, and he needed a lot of help. So he was looking for laborers to help harvest all those hurting people that were looking for something. And he knew that the good news he brought was one of the things that would help them a lot, and that the ministry they were doing would help them as well. It wasn't just about the message, it was also about the work they were doing, the healing and feeding people and caring for people, just loving people. Things haven't changed today. In fact, maybe they're a little bit worse. There are a lot of hurting people out there, especially women who are concerned about their families, about their neighborhoods, about their communities, who worry about their children every day, young moms who worry. And I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to add to the worry right now. And that's why I feel God kept pushing at me to begin this ministry, not just because of the service we want to provide, the way we want to serve women, and not just because of the classes and things like this and the Wednesday messages and all that that we do, the books that we have, all of that helps. But that's not the at the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter, the foundation of our ministry is um, in-home small groups for women. Women who are connecting with one another in their homes, ministering to one another, serving one another. And because of what they're teaching and what they're doing for each other, it equips them and enables them and empowers them to go out into the community and be able to do the same for other women. We're looking to build an entire network of these small groups across the country. I know it sounds like something big, but I worship a God of big dreams. And this is something he has put on my heart for a number of years now. I won't say I've ignored it, but I haven't pushed at it as hard as I should. I'm pushing at it now. So this month I'm going to be talking about it quite a bit, talking about the fact that there's a huge harvest out there and so few laborers. And because of that, I'm not saying the crops are going bad, but people are hurting because we need to be able to minister to them, to be able to help equip and encourage and empower women out there to be able to develop into the women God's calling them to be. So I'm going to have more on this as the days and weeks go on this month. And then next month, I'm going to start launching training for women who want to be directors of these small groups, who are willing to step up and say, "Here I am, Lord. I'm ready and willing to start a small group." And it's not all about ministry, it's about having fun and doing things you enjoy. Think of it as youth group for grown up women. Think of it as going away on retreats. It's girls' night, girls' day, every week, every month, how often? Anyway, enough of that. Harvest. There is a huge harvest out there, and I'm looking to recruit laborers to help me with this harvest. Are you ready? Are you ready to step up and say, "Here I am, Lord"? You need to pray about it. You need to think about it. And in the meantime, I'm Jean Ann Duckworth with today's word, which is harvest. I'll talk to you tomorrow.